So when I first saw this article today, I thought, man, Warner Brothers, they are in trouble. I'm talking about big trouble, too. The kind that bypasses lying to yourself or lying to your employees. These are the kind of things that you try to keep from your stockholders because this says you're in dire disarray behind the scenes. And yeah, there's something going wrong you can't fix. See, the name here, it's important because everyone, they experience some kind of attrition. I mean, you're going to have turnover. But when you get to that upper echelon, you don't expect that. Susan Rovner, she was part of that. See, if you look, she's a Warner Brothers TV president. And within a year, that's within 1 year, she was set to replace Peter Roth as chairman at Warner Brothers TV Group. This was going to be the big chair for her. Again, 1 year of time, and yet she found herself wanting to get an early exit from her contract so she could move over to, where is that? Oh yeah, NBC Universal. I mean, who the heck wants to go there? Now, all of this, it's being followed up with some other problems too, like 600 layoffs in August, company-wide consolidation, mergers of all the studio operation, and of course, excuses. They've already bypassed the internal excuses too. You know, the ones where they ask people to drop on their swords? Oh yeah, they've gone way past that, and they're now saying the beer bug did it. The beer bug, it did hurt them too, but the problems that they've been experiencing, they are well beyond that. Susan Rovner, I think, knew that too, to the point that she went to a company that in and of itself is having problems, but I think she thought was in a better place than Warner. Oh, what a mess. Let's talk about it all. So hey there. So today we return to that wonderful world of media, and let this be a lesson to anyone out there. See, there are companies, especially the companies that say Warner is a subsidiary for, or say a Marvel is a subsidiary for, you know, the AT&Ts and Disneys out there. They think they're too big to fail. They think they have license to print money, and for a while they do, but after a while they start noticing something. They need your money. They forget their consumers too. They leave them, behind, thinking they know best. And in the end, it's interesting to watch them fail because, hey, they knew better, except that they didn't. Now, we're talking about Susan Rovner's exit to Warner Brothers. Let's look at who NBC Universal really is. I mean, look at this. So awesome setup. Quote, Warner Brothers TV president, or I guess ex-TV president now, Susan Rovner has been tapped to oversee a programming portfolio that includes streamer Peacock. Have you ever heard of Peacock? Probably not. I have never heard of it. If you have, let me know about it because I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Basic Cable Networks USA. Who exactly would want to leave anything to take over USA? I mean, yeah, you might see a good movie on there if you're willing to watch 3 hours of commercials. Sci-Fi. Now, I loved Sci-Fi back in the day. I mean, they were so good. But these days, if you want to feel for them, don't just look at the ratings of their shows. Go and check out sci-fiwired.com. Why? Because you'll see politic over profiting. I mean, that says quite a bit about the place. Then you have Bravo, Oxygen. I mean, Oxygen, yeah, if you want to watch those types of shows, and E, as well as Broadcast Network NBC. Now, Rover, again, who was considered the heir apparent to replace Peter Roth as chairman at Warner Brothers TV, she ended up negotiating an early exit from her contract to take that NBCU job. Her departure, again, now leaves Warner without a next in line for Roth, whose deal expires next year. Again, when you read that all in context, it seems absolutely insane. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, hey, maybe this person wasn't as big on that proverbial food chain as you might think, oh yeah, if you look at where they position and who they answer to and who they're equal to, it really says that. So you can see part of this noted here. The Warner Brothers TV exec, who was considered the heir apparent to Peter Roth, will report directly to Mark Lazarus and be on equal footing with Francis Burnwick, who sets the business strategy for the entertainment portfolio. Now it clears this up a little bit more here too. Reporting to NBC TV and streaming chairman Mark Lazarus. So they're reporting to the big dog here. They don't have anyone there. Like I said, this is a big move, and you're talking about one that puts you in another power position. They know that this person was valuable, and well, they went in and scooped them up. And to get scooped up like that has to say that Warner, they weren't in a really good bargaining place. Now, like I said, you also get an idea not only from who they report to, but who they're equal to. And this notes that they will be on the same footing as Francis Burnwick, though the incoming exec is said to have asked for a larger role within NBCU. Now, the former Lifestyles chief was promoted August 6 as part of a major restructuring. So you have a major restructuring going on within the NBC family as well, and now oversees a considerably larger portfolio for the conglomerate. While her new title has yet to be solidified, Burnwick will set the broader tone for the entertainment network, so there's one of the jobs there, setting the tone, the budgets as well, so overseeing the money, research, and marketing. Again, you're talking about one of the top dog slots, and they are equal with it. Continuing to, they say they will also develop and implement strategies for which content is picked up and how to best launch it across multiple brands. Again, they have quite a bit of control here. That is one heck of an acquisition. Now, I thought this was interesting, too, because it talks about Rovner, but it also talks about the company and some of the changes that they've had. And look at them. You're talking about massive overhauls of the company. So as for Rovner, she will be in charge with leading centralized content groups covering scripted, unscripted, alternative, and late night, as part of its shift from a vertically aligned company into a horizontal structure. So they change out the type of company they are, the alignment setup, which is massive overhaul. NBCU is expected to reorganize staff by genre rather than by networks. So basically, they were desperate enough within their programming that, again, they were overhauling absolutely everything. That means that an exec working on an unscripted fare at Bravo could soon be involved with a larger portfolio of the same genre for multiple NBCU networks as well. The strategy is the latest effort to unify development under a larger portfolio. Now, this next part is interesting too because it doesn't talk about job security. It talks about more layoffs, and it talks about, well, toxic environments as well. A major round of layoffs is expected to come as part of NBCU's new structure, which is being overseen by Lazarus and NBCU CEO Jeff Shell. As part of the new hierarchy, NBC Entertainment Chairman Paul T. unceremoniously exited the company. His exit arrived less than a week after NBC launched an investigation into claims that he had fostered a toxic culture, claims of which were detailed extensively by The Hollywood Reporter. His duties are now being folded into the entertainment programming position. It marks the first time ever that NBC has not had its own dedicated entertainment chairman. The broadcaster becomes the latest linear network to have its oversight folded into an exec with a wider scope as the TV industry better positions itself for the streaming era and looks to trim costs, admit, what is it again? Oh yeah, giant excuse. Forget all that other stuff. It has to have something to do with that. The realignment is also expected to create millions in cost savings. So here you have that. It also doesn't, again, speak to job security because it says it's getting rid of redundancies. And when you have redundancies gotten rid of within programming, marketing, and scheduling divisions expected to be eliminated in a bid to create a more unified and leaner company, that means you're going to get rid of people too. It's a similar approach Shell put in place in May with its new division. Now, to give you an idea of this person, Rovner comes from NBCU after more than 20 years at Warner. Spent 20 freaking years plus there. After joining the studio in 1998 as a drama executive, she rose through the ranks while developing hits including The O.C., Everwood, Gossip Girl, Fringe, The Vampire Diaries, Supernatural, and others. She was promoted to co-president of Warner Horizontal Scripted in 2004, launching cable and streaming services including The Animal Kingdom, David Makes Man, Queen Sugar, You, and Pennyworth, amongst others. Last year, she and her longtime business-focused collaborator Paul were promoted to co-presidents of Warner Brothers TV, where they took over day-to-day business for the studio, reporting to Roth, who was later promoted to chairman of the larger WB-TV group. Rovner, who has close relations with the showrunners, including super producer Greg B. and Josh Schwartz, Gossip Girl, among countless others, and Paul had oversight of 60 scripted originals as they took over some of the duties Roth had held on to for years. Again, you see what kind of power player we're talking about. Then you see the shake-up portions. And what man says, get out now. In August, following a round of 600 layoffs as part of a larger company-wide consolidation, Warner merged all of its studio operations, including Horizon, under Roth and Paul and Rovner, given the day-to-day reins. As part of the shuffle, drama head Clancy Collins-White was up to a new role, overseeing all scripted development, reporting directly to Rovner. Note this part here, the move was considered by many industry insiders to be laying the groundwork for Rovner's pending ascension to take over for Roth. The latter had been with the studio for more than 2 decades, and in a marker of his success, had overseen 32 primetime scripted series that had reached over 100 episode milestones. Then it talks about, like I said, problems that both had had. NBC Universal and Warner Media, the latest Hollywood conglomerates to undergo major restructurings as the, excuse has accelerated an era of unprecedented changes in the entertainment business. Both companies are looking to a more centralized leadership to oversee content across a larger purview rather than network-focused siloed divisions. So you see them talking about this is the reason why. We think this is why, but again, to oversee something for 20 plus years, to have the setup for you to take over and then to walk away, that says something. And what it says there is no good. There is no good at all. This person was in a position of power, prominence, to know better than to stay around. And if they're looking at something like that, well, you should know that as a stockholder, there's probably problems too. The stock, it's been underperforming lately as well. 5-year plus lows, just to say. So yeah, I think that says something. But anyway, you tell me what you think about this stuff. Closing it out too, I want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. You make these endeavors possible, and I truly mean that. We are barely above 200 subscribers away from 100,000. So thank you. If you haven't subscribed, consider checking it out, and also consider checking out the links as well. We have a comic book, another case for the littlest umbrella. We could use your help getting the word out. Why? Because, well, we talk about issues. We talk about things alongside comics. And do you think these companies, they want that talked about? Oh, no. But anyway, check that out. Check the other links out. And again, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Definitely appreciate you. Until next time, thanks again.